So I'm having a little bit of look at Bitcoin, crypto, and everything right now, and my analysis is I wouldn't be surprised if we hit the bottom. Like genuinely on Bitcoin, if we look at the price here, we've gone down and we're starting to go up with volume. This was a distribution here. All of this is a pure distribution. We've now gone down. We got to kind of like a bottom kind of pattern here. We started to push up, getting some of the EMAs crossing over on the 4 hour on the Bitcoin. We've got some volume as well. If you look on the 1 hour, the volume's decreasing when we're going sideways. And then if you also look back, if you zoom out a little bit more actually, if you look here, the lowest price we'd be going to is around about this 34 mark. That's about 20% drop from here. 34. So when you got that 20% drop, it's not that big of a swing in crypto. But I highly doubt we're going to be going lower than this price. If we look back at the previous cycle, such as the beginning of 2020, 4 years ago, we got that dip here, and then we went sideways and up. But then COVID hit, and then we went down. It's like, that's expected. That's an anomaly there with COVID. But we got that dip, and then we went up at the beginning of the year. And we look at 2014 as well. Beginning of 2014, we got a small dip here, and then we started to go up, sideways, and then up. So honestly, right now, I would say we're at some sort of a bottom. And actually, look back, what's that, 12 years ago? Same sort of thing, down, sideways, and up. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a bottom. If it's not, we're not going to be going too much lower than around about that 34,000 range. So look here, there's a lot of support at that level. So if we look on the 1 day, so we'll be looking at around about this range here. So these kind of prices where we hit in the bull market previously, that's around about 35, 34. It's quite a lot. If you do a band there, you can see there would be a lot of volume here bouncing off those price ranges, but I wouldn't see we'd be going much lower than that. Then we're looking at Ethereum as well, go on the 4 hour. So the thing is now, there's so much resistance at this level. At 2200, it's ridiculous. Like this, we've bounced off it here, bounced off it here, bounced off, bounced off, bounced off. We're most likely going to be bouncing off it again. This could be forming a weird kind of head and shoulder pattern, but from what the previous cycles have showed us, it's not going to be going crazy low. So it's not a pattern you want to give too much value to. RSI is increasing. It's just looking right now, it would be a good time to put a little bit of money in. Not everything. Just put I'd say quite a bit. Because dropping down is likely to happen. But going up just seems a lot more logical. The fear greed index. We were extremely greedy like a month ago. Then we were in the distribution phase, so it became more neutral. Now it's slightly in greed again. People are buying back up. We're looking at the coins, some of the bigger winners from this previous like pump. Solana, absolutely crazy in the past 4 months. But that has already started to go back up. So it hit the bottom, and it's up, what's this, 20%, 10%, 15% already. So the winners are already going up. And then again, look at ICP, that's already up. I had that drop and it's already broken the resistance. The RSI is looking quite like overzealous is what I call it. All the EMAs have crossed over. But buying back in now kind of, it makes sense in my opinion. Let's look at Matic. It's actually an interesting one which I was looking at earlier because of the bearish divergence here. So we got that drop from this peak here. What was this, about 30% drop? Yeah, that's about 30% drop here. And RSI is going up. If you look at the 1 hour, from the bottom of this kind of like mini distribution, we're up 12%. So we're already up 10% on a lot of them. The big winners from before, they're going up. And look, let's look at Coinbase stock. This is a good one to keep an eye on. So we look at the week from the beginning when it was first IPO'd. We got to 300. Then we got that super low $30 range. Look at the 4 hour, okay. This was madness. This was absolutely a crazy pump. It doubled from there. Now from the peak of this bull run went down 35%, and we got to this level here, this strong resistance. Right, I hadn't looked at this graph before. Well, I haven't looked at this graph. I have looked at this graph before. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's kind of clear looking at this. We're going up. Okay, we've had this cross, but this resistance here by that EMA, that's a 51. So on the one day we got that 100-day EMA. We've got resistance from the 100-day EMA. The RSI's bounced on the 4 hour. The RSI's bouncing off the 30 level, off the 200 EMA. Here as well. Look at this. 100-day EMA bouncing off. 20 EMA bouncing off on the weekly. This is kind of looking to me like it's the beginning. Overall crypto market cap, then we're going to cut it off there. On the 1 day. 1 week is the better one to look at. Okay, we're at a bit of resistance here when you get the Fibonacci bands out. So from the peak of the previous market to the bottom of this bear market, we're at this level here of a bit of resistance. So it could be turbulent, we could bounce, we could go up. I think we're going to bounce at around about March time. Once this EMA's gone up and crossed over this level, which is going to be around about here, beginning of March, we're going to start going up. So it's an exciting time in crypto. I'm bullish. Even if it drops 20%, I'm bullish. So I'm confident in the market now. Yeah, we are quite greedy currently in terms of the fear greed index. But looking at everything, the previous cycle, it's likely going to be getting some bounces. Going to be bouncing up and going nice and high. But yeah, exciting time.